Hi, and thank you for allowing us to send you this video. My name is Alex, and I'll be showing you a few tips on how by improving uh, your website, you can get more exposure. You can start appearing on Google. You can outrank your competition, and of course, get more customers. So first things first, I have a website pulled up here, and one of the things that I have to recommend is to add more relevant content. And when I say content, it's not just about the images and the icons. It's more about the text. Why is this so important? Because when Google starts seeing your website, they like to see a lot of relevant content based on your industry, and this is very important because if you add keywords that you want to be found for in this content, you're going to start seeing those results in a short period of time. So, for example, I see that you have a lot of services here, but for example, one that I can think right now is HVAC companies in Delaware, for example. Um, if you add that keyword, and if you add content relevant to that keyword, Google is gonna know that you are actually legit, if you can, if that makes sense. Um, that will be for the website, and same principle applies for the other sub pages. For example, let's see air conditioning. So you have a decent amount of content here, but one of the things that like I was telling you, if you're not targeting those specific keywords, all this content can be all for nothing. I mean, you can have a lot of content, but if it's not relevant, if it's not targeting those keywords, you're not going to see the result. Same thing applies to the images. For example, this one. If this image you can see that it's optimized, but if it's fully optimized, you're going to see that the name of the image have to be something relevant to your service. So, for example, air conditioning. My recommendation here will have to be have that air conditioning plus the area that you're trying to target. For example, Delaware would be this case. Again, I'm not sure which area do you want to cover, but if it's the whole state of Delaware, I can show you a few things as well. If we look in the back end of your website, so here, and we can see that you're being found for 545 keywords, which is not bad, and you have around 540 backlinks. Now, what are backlinks? Backlinks are other sites that I mentioned in your website, and this will give you power so you can be found on Google. Think about it like a popularity contest. The more people you get to talk about you in a positive way, the more relevant you're going to become, the more relevant you're going to stay. Same thing applies here, but we have to remember that not all links are created equal. So you can have hundreds and thousands of links, but if they're not powerful, if they're not relevant, and most important, if they're not targeting the keywords that you need to be found for, your rating is not going to go up at all, like we're seeing right here. Let's see the keywords that you're being found for. This is getting picked from the content that you have. So, for example, coastal services, Bethany Beach, there's 50 searches a month because ranking number one, you're getting 16 of those 50 searches straight to your website. And I can see that you're targeting a different location here. So there's nothing wrong with it, but this keyword over here is kind of too much of a general keyword. So something more specific like Bethany Beach, Delaware, because we don't know how many other Bethany Beach be in the United States, but you can see that 400 of those total keywords are from the United States. Then you got 9 from India, which is kind of odd. 6 from Australia, and another 5 from Philippines. That means that the backlinks that you're getting are actually targeting other places and not those specific keywords. Anyway, so if we keep scrolling down, I don't see anything relevant. For example, coastal plumbing services. That's too much of a broad keyword, like not really specific for your area in this case. Electrician Delaware, this one for example. This can be take us another good keyword, but there's 90 searches a month, and you're almost on the second page, actually third page, but you're not getting any visits because of your positioning there. So let's move on and let's go to Google and type HVAC companies in Delaware. That would be something that you might be interested in targeting. If you see over here, the first section you're gonna notice is the Google Ads. This is where you pay every time somebody clicks on it, but you gotta be really careful if you want to go this route, because if it's not done properly, all the money invested into these campaigns might not bring you the desired results if it's not done properly again. Then the next section we have is the map section, and regardless of your location, you can target the whole state of Delaware. You can target specific cities, townships, or even specific counties, if that would be the case. But rule of the thumb is that if you're not appearing in this top three, you're probably not going to be in this top three either. So that's something that you might be missing a lot of opportunities, because 67% of the people that do a Google search, almost 70%, they only go for the top three here and then the top three on the organic results. That means that they don't scroll down all the way to the end of the page and then go to the second, third, and so on. So you might be missing a lot of opportunities here. Let's take a look and see why these guys on ranking number one. Why they're ranking number one, and what would it take for you, really quick, to start competing with these guys. If we open their website, of course they have a lot of links over here on the menu, and they probably see this is one of the keywords that they're targeting. For example, HVAC contractor in Delaware, in Newark, Delaware. That will be one of the keywords that they're targeting, and they seem to be doing a pretty good job here. So, but they don't. You can see that they don't have that much of a content. So, if you want to really want to compete with these guys, let's say they have here 800 words, you will have to have at least 2,000 words of content so you can start trying to beat these guys and to compete for those top three top results on the Google search. But if we see the back end of their website, they're being found for over 1,000 keywords. And even though they have 207 backlinks, that rating is quite there, like 10. In comparison to yours, let's go back and see. You have probably twice as much of backlinks, and you're not even on one. So that means that their links are way better quality than yours. They're running Google Ads as well, and we can see that in a few seconds. But let's take a look and see the keywords that they're being found for really quick. And there you go, HVAC companies in Delaware. So like we saw, it's 150 searches a month. Because they're ranking number one, they're getting 50 straight visits to their website. And that could be you. They're getting 50 possible clients. They're getting 50 leads. HVAC Delaware, 150 searches a month. They're ranking number one. They have another 48 visits to their website. That could be another 48 people that they try to find services. And again, it all depends on the keywords that you're going to be found for. Another keyword will be plumbing, electrician, that kind of things. And I don't see that in your website because you're not appearing for those keywords. HVAC contractors in Delaware, 50 searches a month because they're ranking number one. You can add up another 16 visits to their website. So very, very important to understand. If you're going to be targeting keywords, somebody has to do the research and see if it's valuable based on the volume searches. And then you can see how difficult it will be to start ranking for these keywords. That's where the keyword difficulty comes into place. But that's another story. But really quick, because I don't want to take too much of a time, definitely need to improve on the content. Make sure you add in those keywords, and they have to be placed in specific areas of the website. Otherwise, they're not going to be taken. You're not going to be even being considered for when Google start seeing your website, if that makes sense. And of course, backlinks. You're going to be paying for this. You got to make sure that they're good quality. Otherwise, you're probably not seeing the result that you want. So I hope you find this information valuable. If you have any questions, please let us know. As a final note that I wanted to share with you really quick, I've seen that these guys, whoever these guys that made your website, they have another client like just like you in Delaware, targeting for the same HVAC services. So this is something that we don't do. For example, we just go for one client per niche, depending on the area, but we don't take more than one client for the same niche, for the same industry. If that's the case, because that's a conflict of interest. And yeah, we don't do that. So keep an eye on that as well. Once again, my name is Alex. Like I said, I hope you find this information useful. And if you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you.